At least 4 terrorists have been killed by security forces and 3 security personnel have lost their lives after terrorists launched an attack early this morning on the Air Force base in Punjab's Pathankot area. It's not clear just how many terrorists were actually involved in the attack. Well, attack helicopters have been carrying out reconnaissance sorties in the area. Fresh gunshots are still being heard intermittently. There was also a grenade explosion some time ago. But the gunfire started around 3:30 this morning. Government sources say the Jaish-e-Mohammed is likely responsible for the attack that's clearly designed to derail the peace process between India and Pakistan. The terror strike comes just days after the Prime Minister's surprise visit to Lahore, where he met Pakistan's Nawaz Sharif. The National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is closely monitoring the situation and has briefed the Prime Minister already. A high-level meeting chaired by the Defence Minister, which included the 3 service chiefs and the NSA, has just concluded. We know, in fact, that a vehicle used by the terrorists was the car of the Superintendent of Police of Gurdaspur, a car that was hijacked yesterday in Pathankot by men who were wearing army fatigues. The group taking away the police officer's car after assaulting him. They also snatched his phone, which was then used to contact their handlers. Well, Shudhi Ranjan Sen joining us at this point live from Pathankot. He is some distance away from the area where the operation is still underway. But Shudhi, clearly this is an ongoing operation. So, of course, we will not be asking you to give us any current details of that. But for the moment, what are you hearing about the events that led up to it? Also, what further details are you getting about these phone calls that were intercepted?
Well, to begin with, I mean, it was more or less known yesterday night that this kind of an attack could happen, which is why there was a high-level meeting, chaired by the National Security Advisor, and which is why you have the National Security Guards, the Special Forces already had been moved, the Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Punjab Police already alerted, the Air Force already alerted, and which is why none of the assets out here, mind you, Pathankot is a fighter base, it's one of the, critical bases of the Indian Air Force, and that is why the terrorists could not get into the main area or the technical area. They've all been, secluded or been contained in, in the outer periphery, so to say, the periphery of the airport. They have been able to get in, but in the periphery. From where we stand, very close to the airport, which is why we are looking, the camera is looking the other way because we do not report operations live. But yes, the operations are still going on. You can still hear some natural sound of helicopters hovering over. We did hear some sound explosions that went off from inside the airport a little while ago, some smoke coming out. We could see with our naked eyes standing where we stand. I also have with us locals out here, people who stay out here. Mr. Sunil Sharma. Sir, ये कितने बजे से शुरू हो रहा है?
रात 3 बजे से लेके सुबह 9 बजे तक काफ़ी फायरिंग हुई, लेकिन उसके बाद रुक के फायरिंग हो रही है. अभी भी हेलीकॉप्टर भी चढ़े हुए हैं, लेकिन फायरिंग की आवाज़ कम आती है, रुक के आती है.
और कल से आप लोगों को कुछ हरकत का कुछ पता चला क्या?
कल शाम को ही हरकत तो यहाँ एयरफोर्स गेट पे 5 बजे होनी शुरू हो गई थी. इन्होंने जो चौक की दुकानें बंद करा दी थी, तो उसी से पता चलता था कोई हिलचल है. लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं इनकी नेग्लिजेंसी तो है. जब गाड़ी इनको कल मिली, ट्रेस हुई एसपी की, तो उसके बाद ही इनको फंक्शन करना चाहिए था, लेकिन किसी ने किया नहीं. सबसे ज़्यादा नेग्लिजेंसी है इनकी कि 24 घंटे निकल गए तो हाथ पे हाथ धर के बैठे रहे.
So there you are, locals saying that there was some kind of an indication that something is happening, and that is what we have been reporting since morning, that it is not that we were, taken by surprise or that we did not know about it. The intelligence did work, we did anticipate, we did move, but yes, the terrorists did manage to get in. Why, wherefore will all happen later. Those questions will be asked later. Vis-a-vis the operation still going on, we do not yet know how many are still holding inside the airbase. Intermittent explosions and intermittent gunfire that we are getting to hear indicates that at least there would be at least one. And we can also say that we can now, instead of one attack helicopter, briefly, we did see 2 helicopters or 2 attack helicopters making the rounds. Now, whether the effort is being reinforced and the operation is reaching the last stages, not yet clear, because because the authorities or the sources that we have been speaking to so far saying let the operation be over, and
Right.
it is only then we will be briefing you. One little bit, from what we can observe from here, mainly the concentration is in the area of the airbase where civilians, where people used to live. They had the quarters, the living quarters. Now that is a bit worrisome because, we still do not know whether or not there are casualties amongst those who were inside the base. Ankita.
Right. Shruti, of course, presumably the aim will be now to try and wrap up operations before last light, and light must be fading fast already.
Yes, always the endeavor, the effort is to finish off the operation before last light, because under cover of darkness there have been instances where terrorists have sneaked out. However, there has been a heavy cover that has been deployed. Punjab police has reinforced the outer ring. We know that the NSG is there. 4 columns of the Indian Army infantry soldiers have been moved in. The Defence Security Corps, which guards the base, is also there. That is there. So the effort would be to finish off the operations before nightfall. In fact, a little while ago, I did speak to a couple of the locals out here, and did get a glimpse of what is happening inside on the operation. Let's just listen in.
Still continuing, fresh shots ringing out once in a while. In little bits and pieces we can hear shots still being fired. As you can see, this is the Pathankot Air Base. We are, of course, at a very far away, distant place. The camp, about a kilometer away from us. From here, we can still see the attack helicopters roaming, encircling the camp, trying to basically figure out where exactly are the remaining terrorists who have been, who are still holed up. In between, we did see movements of some forces, some ground forces, most likely the NSG and the Army Special Forces moving around in the area. This helicopter has been encircling this place for quite some time now, about 20-25 minutes that the encircling is going on, basically just to figure out where the terrorists are. And if I can ask my camera to pan a little bit, we are at a house adjoining the base, and as you can see across, everybody is out in this area trying to figure out what is happening. आप सुबह यहाँ पे थे? आप थे सुबह यहाँ पे? कितने बजे से शुरू हुआ?
3 बजे से फायरिंग स्टार्ट हुई है। 3-4 बजे शुरू हुआ। हाँ।
3-4 बजे से?
3-4 बजे से लगातार फायरिंग हो रही है। और ग्रेनेड वगैरह भी इधर चले गए। फिर उसके बाद आर्मी आई थी।
आर्मी कितने बजे पहुंची, क्या लगा?
आर्मी सुबह पहुंच गई थी जल्दी, 3:30-4 बजे।
अच्छा।
उसके बाद फिर उन्होंने अंदर 3-4 को मार दिया, तो एक हॉस्पिटल गया, अभी वो उससे बोला नहीं जा रहा कुछ भी। तो बाकी अंदर 2-3 अभी भी हैं, तो अभी भी स्टिल कंटिन्यू चल रही है फायरिंग। तो अभी देखते हैं क्या करेंगे आर्मी, ऑपरेशन जारी है उनका।
Operation Jari. So, it's past midday, in fact past 3 in the afternoon, and this operation started early morning at about 3:30. That's the first contact that happened. Operation still not over. What we can definitely confirm is once intermittently there is still firing that we can hear from the camp. With camera person Sudesh Kumar Ram, Shudhi Ranjan Sen for NDTV.
We're at the backs of the Pathankot Air Base where the encounter is going on. After a gap of around an hour and a half, the firing has resumed. We can hear gunshots and also grenade blasts are being heard from inside the premises. This is the boundary wall, and you can see the choppers. They are maintaining a continuous vigil in the entire area to monitor the encounter which is going on. So the operation is still not over. The gunshots are being heard, and there's a possibility that there might be more militants holed out in the area where they have been cornered. So far, 4 of the militants have been neutralized. 3 of our security personnel reportedly have been martyred in this encounter. 6 to 7 personnel have been injured as well. So that's the situation here right now. The NSG commandos, the Air Force and the Army commandos are there inside trying to neutralize and clean up the entire area. So how long will that take? That is not known yet, but you can see the air vigilance is being maintained and the commandos are on their job. With camera person Darshan in Pathankot's Air Force Air Base, Anand Patel for NDTV.